Ahoy and welcome. This is Admiral. Since ancient times, the search has been on for an ultimate source of regeneration. From Gilgamesh's pursuit of immortality to the restorative waters of the Fountain of Youth, or the quest for the Holy Grail and its healing powers. Yet all such prizes have remained elusive, forbidden by fate. In AoE 2, there is also a source of healing that is more powerful than any other, but like those legends of the past, seems always just out of reach, even though it's nearly always right under your nose. This elite Teutonic knight, after a hard-won battle in the barren desert, is just one Mameluke sword away from death. Weary and woefully wounded, he wanders across the wastes, wistfully wishing to find welcoming warriors with water. As the final curtain begins to close on the last slivers of light and life, he stumbles upon a forlorn church in a desert canyon and takes refuge within its walls. Immediately, the knight feels a surge of power rush through the remainder of his dehydrated blood, a fountain of strength that closes his wounds and infuses him with new vitality. Mere seconds later, he emerges from the monastery as vigorous and strong as ever. Now, this is just trigger magic, you might say. Well, yes and no. You're surely aware that ordinarily you can garrison relics, but not units inside the monastery. And that is the only thing that I've changed here. It turns out that monasteries have an incredible healing rate that you could access if only you could get inside them. To put this in perspective, this hypothetical healing of monasteries is 7.5 times that of castles, and 15 times that of towers or town centers, or 540 hit points per minute after herbal medicine. The elite Teutonic Knight was healed from 1 to 100 hit points in just 11 seconds. Alas, this is of course just a bit of trivia, the forbidden healing promised in the title, as apart from a single civilization, AoE 2 units still struggle to unlock the secret of unlocking the doors to their own houses, much less the comparatively closed-off cloisters. But it raises the interesting question of why this healing rate is so high in the first place. The fortified church, of course, can be garrisoned by villagers and monks, but that is technically a different building, and its healing rate, while impressive at twice that of a castle, is still much lower than a generic monastery. I'll leave it to the philosophers to debate whether this tantalizing tidbit of trivia was an instance of developers trolling us by adding this powerful but inaccessible ability. Or perhaps it was placed long ago with an as-yet unrealized intent to have monasteries play a more direct role in healing than the monks they train or the technologies they research. And certainly I think that would be an interesting direction for a civilization bonus, or even a general ability or technology, although toned down from its present state. After all, why should fortified churches have all the fun, when apart from healing, they still have arrows, auras, and warrior priests to make them distinct? Perhaps garrisoned relics might even increase the heal rate of a specific monastery. But that's a topic we might examine more closely another time. So for now, this super healing seems to be a scenario exclusive. And for completeness sake, I'll also note that the barracks, archery range, and stable also have higher than normal, but not superlative healing rates. Although these of course are also not accessible. For now. There also exists a unique editor building called the Fortress, which has the most impressive healing rate of all at 720 hit points per minute for up to 30 garrisoned units, or 10 times the rate of a castle. And it doesn't require any modifications to be garrisoned, although of course this is not available in standard games. So if you run into one of these in a scenario, supernatural healing is to be had within those walls. And I suspect that this is the true location of the Holy Grail.
But the Grail cannot pass beyond the Great Seal. That is the boundary and the price of immortality.
But if you want to experiment with monasteries or other buildings I've mentioned in the editor, you can do so with this one simple trigger. Anyway, I hope you found this interesting, and let me know if you'd be interested in a follow-up discussion on possibly making the garrison ability more expansive, either as a civ bonus or a general change, of course with a toned down healing rate for monasteries or military buildings. That's all for today, and thanks for watching. Till next time.